Hi, I'm on just now because I've just read on Facebook a post regarding that the government are going to stop selling Buckfast in 2016 in the borders area of Scotland. There's this might then lead to it getting banned in other areas in Scotland, etc. Now, I for one think Buckfast gets a bad name for itself. It's not warranted, I don't think. If they stop in the borders them drinking Buckfast, they'll just find another drink, 2020 or whatever, Eldorado. I don't know if that exists anymore, but some other drink that they'll get mad on and get drunk and cause the destruction. Um, it's just because they drink Buckfast, then that gets labelled. Now I know Buckfast is full of caffeine and it festers in their body and they've got energy then to and drunkenness to go and do something stupid, but it is a tonic wine. Now I've got a wee story to tell. I drink Buckfast now. I do, but I'd like to say there's a reason behind it. I'm going to give you that reason. Um, it's on two bases, and two. There we go. Two bases, and the first one was I used to sing in a cabaret show in Glasgow, and one day I was sitting in the dressing room, and we had a guest singer coming to play with the band, and he entered with his suit on and a metal briefcase, and he saw me sitting drinking my usual a double whiskey before I went on stage, sometimes a triple whiskey to be honest with you, and he told me, "Oh, young lad, you shouldn't be." He had an English accent. He was from England. I can't do an English accent, but he said, "Young man, you shouldn't be drinking that. That's bad for your voice." He says, "You should try this." And he put his metal case down on the table and clicked it and opened it up. And he says, "You should try this. Have you ever heard of it?" And he brought out a half bottle of Buckfast. And he says, "That is fantastic for singing with. It's got alcohol, gives you the balls to go and do it. It's got caffeine, makes you sharp, remember your words, etc. Any hecklers, oh, you're back at them straight away. And it's a sort of oily drink. It lubricates your throat, so you don't need so much water with the hot lights on stage, etc." So I took this old man's advice, and I've never looked back. I used to always have a half bottle of Buckfast before I went on to sing. Until I went on the cruise ships and they don't sell Buckfast. Well, I turned to Tia Maria then. But so I started to like the drink, actually like it, and took it in my own pleasure to have sometimes a drink of it at home. Now, imagine you were going to a dinner party and everybody at the dinner party turns up with a £4.75, £5.25 bottle of wine and present it. The hosts will be going, "Oh, thank you very much." But see, you turned up with a £6.50 or £6.80 bottle of wine. Well, they would be amazed. But that's how much Buckfast costs. It costs about £6.50. Some shops £6.80. So it's an expensive wine. So these hosts should be taking, giving out gratitude that you bought them such an expensive bottle of wine, but they wouldn't, would they? Because of the stigma attached to Buckfast. I mean, they could use it as an aperitif, or something rather than a wine to drink over dinner. Now, I also lived in Denmark where they had a drink called the oil rig, and it was a sort of a fortified wine, deep, rich, uh, strong, and I can't find that in Scotland. So when I first tasted Buckfast through this singer I was telling you earlier about, uh, it was the closest I'd ever found to that drink, which was translated into being called the oil rig in Denmark. So I ended up liking Buckfast, and I like it as a drink. Now, it gets a reputation only here in Scotland. Down in England, round about the Buckfast Abbey area, there's old dears that drink it as a tonic wine, as a nice tonic wine. And it is nice. Oh, I know it's a dodgy subject. Some people hate it, some people like it as a taste. Well, it just so happens I like it. But up here in Scotland, I used to go to the shop and ask the shopkeeper to double wrap it so that my neighbours and people didn't see through the bag and see that I'd bought a bottle of Buckfast. Um, Now, I know influential people, people in good jobs, high positions, etc., who drink Buckfast as a nice drink at night. Now, here's one other thing. I wrote my two theatre shows, my two comedy musical theatre shows, Mistletoe and the Divines and The Wise Guys. I wrote them on Buckfast. I used to lie in my bed, spread out my bed, writing away, or with a computer, typing away, and have a bottle of Buckfast at the side. Now, I didn't usually start writing till about 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night, when everything was quiet. I needed quietness. But I also needed to stay awake. And Buckfast had the caffeine content to keep me awake, but keep me sharp, and also have an ability to be creative. Now, I know I'm creative without it, but it just helped. I had a wee bit more gumption. And so I can't complain against it. I think it's wrong to ban it. It's only a drink. And as I said, these jakies who drink it down in the borders and here in the west of Scotland, they used to drink it because they started drinking it because it used to be cheap. It was a cheap drink. But the government have put the prices up so much. But it's still a favourite drink of theirs. And they drink it. I just think it gets a bad name for itself. Maybe rightly so here in the west of Scotland, but wrongly so throughout the rest of Britain. The rest of England and that wouldn't understand, because as they see it, it's just a tonic wine. Their jakies and all that don't drink. Yeah, well, that's my thoughts on Buckfast. I hope I don't look like a jakey. I certainly don't hang around the street corners. Oh, and I've got one thing to add. I had to do a paper for my university, and if you send me if you PM me your email address, I'll send you my paper. And I wrote that while drinking Buckfast. The words flowed, and it was a great help. Now, I'm not saying I need Buckfast all the time, as if every time I write something I need Buckfast. No, I don't. But it just helped, and it kept me awake with its caffeine content. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Buckfast. Let me know, do you like it or do you hate it? Bye for now.